Hello students, welcome to Parak Model Community High School Computer Programming class. So I will be your teacher. I'm Mamaylene S. Lugtu. So our lesson for today is about personal entrepreneurial competencies. So the first one is we will discuss what an entrepreneur is. So entrepreneurs are the one who organizes, manages, and assumes the risk of a business enterprise. So who are the example of entrepreneurs? So for example, the owner of the Jollibee, the McDonald, the Bench, like, and uh, one of our billionaires is Mr. Henry C. So these are example of entrepreneurs during our previous meeting. So next, what are these PECS or personal entrepreneurial competencies? When you say PECS, these are the characters or attitude that the entrepreneur must have in order to become a good entrepreneur or a successful businessman. So first we have competent. It is having necessary skills or ability to be able to do something well or well enough to meet the standards. So when you are competent, class, it means you are capable of doing different kinds of things. Next is the achievement. These are the set of competencies that support the motive for being successful entrepreneurial in undertaking. So achievement, these are your achievements. For example, you are selling something and then you earn from that business more than your uh, budget, it means you have already achieved something. Next, planning refers to the set of competencies that allows entrepreneur to organize and prepare procedures to ensure that the business will keep moving forward. So of course, when you have a business, you should always have your plan. Because when you plan, anything that will come to you, you can handle it. For example, um, milk tea. You should have different kinds of flavors so that your customers will always buy on you, especially if you have a neighbor who has the same business as you. Next, power is having the responsibility and control and to rule your subordinates. When you have power, you can control all the people that is under your business. So we have the guide questions. So for example, you can discuss this on class or you can jot down your answers. Explain why entrepreneurial activities are important to social development and economy progress. What entrepreneurial activities related to computer programming do you know and are capable of doing? Next, if you were given to the opportunity to own a business that relates to computer programming, do you think you will be competent enough to manage it? Explain your answer. What do you think are the most important competencies that one must possess in order to be successful in running a chosen business? And then, next is name a successful entrepreneur from your province whose business are related to computer programming and make sure you will be able to share them with the class that PECS or the attitude and skills that made them successful. Now let's have the assessment of the personal entrepreneurial competencies and skills or vice versa. So a practicing entrepreneur in a province. So entrepreneurial competencies refer to important characteristics that should be possessed by an individual in order to perform entrepreneurial functions effectively in this module. So you will learn some of the most important characteristics, attributes, lifestyles, skills, and traits of a successful entrepreneur or unemployed to be successful in a chosen career. So with your modules, you can easily understand what I am saying. Just take a look at on your modules. So the first one is the discipline. So this is one attitude. Successful entrepreneurs always stick to the plan and fight the temptation to do what is unimportant. Meaning, when you are a businessman, you should be disciplined. You should know what to buy or not to buy. Committed. Good entrepreneurs are assume full responsibility over their business. They give full commitment and solid dedication to make this business successful. When you are committed, you are what? Dedicated, you are devoted, you focus on your business. Ability to accept change. Nothing is permanent but change. So we know that, guys, especially now that there is a pandemic. Change occurs frequently. When you own a business, you should cope with and thrive on changes. So capitalize on the positive changes that make your business grow. For example, you already have your business. You think of the different ways on how will you improve your business. Next, PECS has the initiative. An entrepreneur takes the initiative. You must put yourself in a position where you're responsible for the failure or success of your business. So, for example, you always think of new ideas. How will I improve my business? What will I do to make it more attractive to my customers? Next, profit-oriented. An entrepreneur enters the world of business to generate profit or additional income. The business shall become your bread and butter. So when you are profit-oriented, you think of your budget. If that budget fits your business, and if not, you should see for help or ask someone who is good in business that can help you. Hardworking, one of the important characteristics of good entrepreneur is hardworking. This means working diligently and being consistent about it. Hardworking people keep improving their performance to produce good products or provide good services. Like for example, not only in business but when you're studying, when you are working, you should be doing your very best so that you will see a good output on what you are doing. Confident. Entrepreneurs have self-reliance in one's ability and judgment. They exhibit self-confidence to cope with the risk of operating their own business. So, of course, if you don't have a confidence with yourself, you don't trust yourself, of course, you cannot have a good business. Creative. An entrepreneur should be creative and innovative to stay in the business in order to have an edge over the competitors. Meaning, you should always think of different ideas like a while ago, the initiative. You should have that. You should widen your imagination for you to become successful. Next is planning. Under planning, we have different kinds of planner. We have excellent planner. So planning involves strategic thinking and goal setting to achieve objectives by carefully maximizing all the available resources. A good entrepreneur develops and follows the steps in the plans diligently to realize goals, and a good entrepreneur shows that planning is an effective skill only when combined with action. So an excellent learner thinks of different kinds of plans that can help his or her business. Possess people skills. This very important skill needed to be successful in any kind of business. People skills refers to effective and efficient communication and establishing good relationship to the people working in and out of your business. It means you should have the proper skills, the proper discipline, or the proper knowledge also in order for you to be more effective entrepreneur. Sound decision makers, successful entrepreneurs have the ability to think quickly and make wise decisions towards a predetermined set of objectives. So, as an owner of a company or a business, you should always think fast but surely so that your business will not be corrupt or bankrupt. Definition of programming. So what is programming class? So you will know this on your next lesson. So it is a task of writing computer instruction in logical order to create an executable process that solves problem in a performing repetitive task. So we also have the competencies of a programmer. Next is the behavioral competencies, the technical competencies. So again, the competencies of a programmer is divided into two. We have behavioral competencies and technical competencies. When we say behavioral competencies, it is the characteristics that an individual should have in order to establish a well-balanced professional attitude. So, like the PECS that I have discussed to you a while ago, behavioral means your attitude on your business or the people around you on how will you become a successful businessman. When we say technical, it refers to the standard skills a programmer should possess in order to perform and deliver his services effectively and efficiently. So, aside from behavioral, technical is part of the business. Example, if you're going to plan to have your own computer shop, you would know how to disassemble and assemble the system unit once there is a damage so that you can save money aside from asking someone to fix the problem or the system unit or your personal computer, at least you have the technical skills so that your business will be more successful. And another thing is that you can save money. So under behavioral competencies, we have analytical thinker, we are client focused, good communicator, continuous learner, result oriented, and a team player. So if you have this kind of competencies, class, it's not possible that you will become successful. While technical competencies, these are the things that you should know regarding your business. If your business is about computer, so you have, programming, the software development, business analysis, the database design and management, data and information security, you know how to identify your problem, and emerging technology. So what about your environment and market? So as a businessman in programming, for example, your business is about computers since you are ICT class. So system programmer, application programmer, game programmer, web programmer, these are the demands of having a business or company that is about technology or computer. So you should have the 4 programmers, and it would not be possible for you to become rich or successful. So system programmer, those who made the systems. Application programmer, for example, the one who invented the Microsoft, the Visual Basic, the NetBeans, the Java, the SketchUp. Game programmer, the one who developed the games, diba? Web programmer, these are the one who made websites. So for your task, you should, since it's pandemic, we're going to interview. You can use the chat also, or the Facebook, or it's up to you what kind of app are you going to use. In your province or place, you interview a successful computer technician or computer entrepreneur whose type of business related to computer hardware, servicing, or programming. Focus your questions on the PECS and other business-related attributes that help them become successful. You analyze the results of the interview and reflect on the similarities of and your differences. Write your answer on a separate sheet of paper. So these are the example interview guide question. So you're just going to write the name of the proprietor, the practitioner, and the business name. For example, in your community, you can interview, what preparations did you make before you engage in this type of business or job? Ano ba yung pinasukan niya bago siya nagkaroon ng computer shop? What special skills and characteristics do you have that are related with your business job? How do you solve the business problem related during these early years and your business operation? And then, did you follow the tips from a successful businessman or practitioner before you engage in the business? What best business practices can you share with aspiring entrepreneurs, and what do you think are the silent characteristics or attributes and skills and traits that made you successful in your business or job? So these are the guide questions that you need to ask from a successful businessman. So let's have another business, for example, not only in computers, you can choose your own business where you can ask them, just use your Facebook or Messenger or chat them. Don't go to them personally, because it's pandemic today. We should still consider our safety, class. So if there are questions, you can just chat me in our group or personal message. So again, these are the lesson for this week. I hope you learned something, and please answer your modules religiously and honestly. Thank you, and God bless.